always happens. Always. Don't think that our time is any different. Don't think we're any different. You think when you're reading the Quran and you think it was only for a certain time, but the Arabic is in a present continuous. That means it's always going on. Like the rising of the sun and setting of the sun, it's always going on. It always been and it always will be, as long as they are human beings here. And that's why it was created. That's why everything was created, for those whom Allah Almighty has ordered to bow down to Him. Then He has everything bowing down to those who bow down to their Lord. That's what Shaitan don't like. He does not want to bow down. And he says, I'll never bow down. I didn't bow down when he was alive. I'm not going to bow down now to his descendants. But he will bow down. Because he's about to lose his head. He's about to lose his head. You know, somebody lose their head, they don't have no eyes. They don't have no ears that they can hear. They can't even talk. They don't even have a body. They just lost. He's going to feel and know what it is that he's done. If you don't believe that, you don't need to be here. You don't need to be here if you don't believe. And that's why he's attacking those who believe. The sincere ones, he's attacking them from east to west, north to south. But there's no fear. They don't fear. Because Allah Almighty is always here. Always, always. Allah never leaves us. We couldn't be in existence. If you are sitting and you're thinking and you're listening, it's because Allah Almighty is with you. Why not you? How come you're not using that power? You're listening to Shaitan telling you don't use the power. You like somebody that got $1 trillion in the bank and you begging on the streets for pennies. Somebody said, just go to the bank and get your money. And you said, what? What are you talking about? Get out of my face. See, that's a mentality that's crazy. That's a person who is mentally ill. Mental illness comes from disobedience to Allah Almighty. And that's why psychiatrists cannot figure out why somebody is mentally ill. They can't figure that out. And that's why a psychiatrist, after 7 years, also is in need of a psychiatrist. Psychiatrists also have shrinks. How can you understand something you did not create? It's all about obedience to Allah Almighty. To listen and obey. We don't like that word. But that's where you come back to your heavenly powers, your heavenly stations. Shaitan has trained us. Nah, you don't want your heavenly station. No, I got something better. I got something better. What's better? Bust you in your nose. What? We didn't learn from our grandfather Adam and our parents, grandparents? We didn't learn anything from that? Did we learn anything from Noah? Did we learn anything from Moses? Did we learn anything from Jesus? Did we learn anything from Prophet Muhammad? May Allah be pleased with? Did we learn anything? Yet we call ourselves believers. Don't you know a believer is someone who followed what the prophets brought? Don't you know Allah says that if you follow them, you're following me. If you love me, you're loving them. If you don't obey them, you're not obeying me. Allah said that. Allah said that. Why? Because they've submitted their will to Allah Almighty. Not to Shaitan. They are devil fighters. Be with the devil fighters. Not the devil biters. Kissing up all on Shaitan. His only aim is to destroy us. He flatters us. He plays on our vanity. He plays on our desires. He plays on our mentality. We are not here for this world. We are not of this world. We are not from this world. Why are we trying to accept it? Allah tell us. How does Allah tell us that we're not from here? Don't nobody stay here. Do you know anybody that stays here? Show me that one. The only one that's still here is Shaitan. Why? Because he's testing. He is the tester for those who are coming to see if they're going to be in existence or taken out of existence. See if they're going to keep their honor. Are you going to keep your honor or what? You're going to be punked out by Shaitan or what? That's what the whole thing is. And the angels are saying, oh Allah, they're going to get punked out. They're going to be doing all kind of stuff. Allah says, I know about them what you know not. All of them will not be punked out. There's going to be some gangsters, some gangsters among them. They're going to tear this thing apart. I'm going to send Magdalene with the sword, and I'm sending Esau ibn Maryam, that one who they said was the son of God and God, I'm sending them with a sword. It's just ironic. They thought they put him on a cross and killed him. Yeah, he's going to come with something similar to a cross, but it'll be in his hand and he's going to be swinging it. Takbir! He's not going to be swinging from it. It's going to be swinging from his hand. Just in a few more minutes. Won't be as long as it has been. Believe this. And we're being invited to be with him. That's what belief is now. Think we're just here? Just here to retire from some job or to be here for a while and just be agents of Shaitan? You think that's why we're here? If we would actually listen to those whom Allah Almighty sent among us, our ranks will raise so quick you'd be unbelievable. I put it to the test. Ask Allah Almighty to send you to somebody, just one of them, that's on his way. One of them. One. And I guarantee you, within a twinkling of an eye, you're going to feel yourself raising up. I dare you to do it. I dare you to ask Allah Almighty to guide you to one of them. I dare you. You watch what happens. If you don't want to go up, don't ask. Don't ask. We're asking Allah to forgive us. See me after one run to people fight here. Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalamu ala khairil muslimin Muhammadin wa alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. We have to realize that the real power of Allah Almighty is that He can use the least of us, the weakest of us, to bring about His kingdom. He spoke through a bush. He spoke to Moses through a bush. You don't think He could use a human being to speak to us? What are we thinking? Don't let Shaitan trick us. Don't let Shaitan play with our minds. Don't get it twisted. Don't lose out on your honor. Don't allow your honor to be taken. Don't leave this life with a dishonorably discharge. Leave in an honor. Allah be saying takbir for Himself in you. And that's what brings the honor of those whom they come in this physical life and they're subjected to the same night and day. They're subjected to the same ills and everything else, and the decadence, and the trials and tribulations. But even in spite of that, they overcome it and they reach their Lord in themselves. That's the Hajj. Yes, the going to Mecca is a symbolic. But the real Hajj is fighting those devils in us to reach to the kingdom of heaven in us. That's the real Hajj. That's the real Hajj. And very few make Hajj. Shaitan going to be on the straight way. He lies on the straight way. He lies on the way to Allah Almighty's house. It's like Little Red Riding Hood going to see her grandma. See, they give us all the stories that are taken from the truth. When the wolf met her. Who is the wolf? Shaitan all over again. What was happening with Pinocchio? He was supposed to be going to school, and yet he was directed to go on some ship and go on some safari somewhere. Same story. Shaitan can't change his game because he's a lame. And we keep falling for it every time. When are we going to grow up and be men and women of Allah Almighty and stop allowing Shaitan to punk us out?